Ooh, okay. So I'm actually going to be recording this here. Um, so if anybody shows up, that's one thing. If not, that's fine. It could be seen later on. So yeah, hi. I'm Anthony Height of Studio Skye-Tiger Comics, and I am looking at the. Well, I was looking at the wrong camera. I was kind of looking off, but it's fine. Um, so I'm here to really say thank you. I mean, the last time I checked, it was the Kickstarter was $5,592 or $93. Pretty awesome for an $8,500 goal. And everybody who has shown up, fans, friends, family, everybody in between, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know, um, you know, the way to thank you guys enough other than doing a great comic book. Uh, but I greatly appreciate it, and we're going to make a great comic book, one way or the other. So, for the most part, my concern, let's talk about the concerns. And I want to say right now, and this is at the top of this, is that we are currently in a situation where people are in survival mode. You know, there are people right now that are in the United States that are trying to get through the day, get to the next day, get to the next week, and really they're just fighting to be free, to live, uh, to be happy, to be safe. And there's a lot of concern out there. So the country is definitely in a situation where um, it's high stress, and it's a lot of issues that we need to work out as a people, and that is not lost on me. You know, I'm trying to do an awesome comic book. You know, I mean, for the most part, I'm trying to do something super duper cool with that, but uh, other people have other things to do. You know, they have more pressing concerns, and again, it's definitely not lost on me. I'm a part of this world, and I'm a part of this country, and I see it, and I feel it, and I try to put on a happy face and put good energy out into the world. You know, it's an everyday fight. You get up in the morning, you put on that face, you try to put good energy out there and keep it pushing and never lose hope, because this won't last long. It feels bad, it feels terrible right now to everybody, and we all feel it. But just be steadfast and stay strong in your convictions. Definitely do that, and really fight for what you believe. Fight for what's right. Fight for your fellow man. But yeah, so I understand that that's happening right now, and so that definitely is something that I know contributes to uh, how eager people are to back and support a Kickstarter of any kind. You know, it's a wonder and really a gift that the Kickstarters that do get funded within minutes, you know, they have a following. I mean, they have a great following. They are coming from a place where it is, they could have thousands of fans strong, or a property that is just incredibly familiar with fans from several generations that just blow up. You know, uh, and these things are happening, or they have built their own Kickstarter fan base, and those fans, they come every time there's a new launch. You know, they want their book, and because they're big fans of the characters and the story and the creator. You know, these are the things that are happening where you see those things happening. There are anomalies. There are Kickstarters that are out there right now that you know, they look great. It's a great story. Everything looks good. The campaign looks great, and they just don't fund. They're struggling. You know, they just struggle. You know, maybe and some of them even have that. You know, the thing that a lot of us covet, which is the projects we love. You know, they just struggle to make it, and that even doesn't help all the time. Another issue is that there's currently a strike. The unionized Kickstarter employees are on strike right now, and they would like a 4-day work week and more pay for their employees on the lower rung that are working hard and around the clock to make everything that we do on Kickstarter possible. And they deserve every bit of that. So I'm in full support of that. And I wish them well. So definitely know that they have my support for sure. As everybody needs to get what is humanly your right. You want to be able to live, and a fair wage is just table stakes. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to be paid a fair wage for all the work that you do, because you keep this thing running and you're the backbone. And so, a fair wage is also a sign of respect, that people see that the work that you do is valued, because that's all that is. So I think a 4-day work week and some pretty decent wages for the backbone of Kickstarter is definitely well deserved, and I hope that they get it. So that's another thing that is definitely, contributing to a lot of the slower funding of the Kickstarters. You know, for me, I've had, and so I'm going to address the other thing. I have had a lot of friends, good friends that I love and respect their opinion, and they know their stuff, especially the ones that have run Kickstarters before, and that know exactly what they're doing, and they have done it many times over. I absolutely, appreciate any type of, conversation we've had, pointers of respect. I'm starting out. I'm brand new. My Marvel fan base and the DC fan base is very small. The Star Wars fan base, they are small but mighty as far as my sect of them are concerned. But as a creator who's worked in this industry just about 20 years, my fan base isn't. It's small. They're strong. They're loyal. They are there to support me at pretty much anything that I do. Uh, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of them. A lot of the fans that I had before, while I was working in Marvel and stuff, they're Marvel fans. They're not necessarily my fans, and they may not show up for something like this. But I think that's okay too. I'm totally fine. And before I go even further, I'm just gonna, put everybody's mind at ease. I'm not concerned. I'm really not concerned. I have seen Kickstarters go from 15% funded to overfunded in the last 3 days of the campaign. I've seen it happen multiple times. I'm not that concerned. First of all, I know that I have a great product. I mean, it is the reason why it's even back is because fans have told me repeatedly, even while I was working on big properties, they're like, you got to bring Midnight Tiger back, especially now that you own it and all of that stuff. You got your rights back. I think we want to see this series. I wanted to see this series continue way back in 2014. And now I get a chance to do it, and there's absolutely nothing that's stopping me from doing it. If the Kickstarter doesn't make its goal, that's fine. It's okay. My book's still going to get done. And Studio Skye-Tiger Comics is definitely going to be, doing books. We just have to pivot. I'm the king of pivoting. That's why I'm not worried. But here's the other part of it. I don't actually have to worry, because I know that the fans are going to show up. I know that they are going to make sure that the goal gets reached. I'm actually getting the link right now to put into the live podcasts. But like I said, I'm not pressed, and I appreciate your concern. First of all, I have some of the best friends in the world, man. Like the best friends and family and all of that. And you guys are riding for me, and I think that's fantastic. It's just so cool. Uh, and they're doing everything they can to help support and spread the word and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm watching you, and I love you for it. I mean, have there been disappointments along the way of trying to get the Kickstarter going? Sure. There's a couple of disappointments. And I'm not going to get into those because they're not concerned, because guess what? Like I said, I'm the king of pivoting. So I pivoted and made different plans. You know, for me, if there's a wall in my way, I either climb over it, I dig a hole under it, or I go back home, I build a bulldozer, and I go through it. So there's nothing that is going to stop me from making sure that my books are out. And this, like I said, I know it's going to get funded, and in the off chance that it doesn't, this doesn't stop the show. I'm the Terminator, as I just keep going. As people know from my career, like there's no stopping me from doing really anything. But keep doing what you're doing, keep posting, and then to address the other folks who haven't even run Kickstarters, who don't even do comics. They might read comics, and I love that and whatever, and I appreciate your advice and stuff like that. But I'm going to name drop somebody like Charlie Stickney. Charlie Stickney is someone's advice that I value like platinum, and he knows exactly what he's doing. You know, so he's somebody that I will listen to. But if you're and somebody that I follow and I'm really interested in how he does his business, and he started exactly where I started, so he's somebody that I appreciate. But the other advice that I get, I know it means well, and I know you guys love me, and I love you guys back, and all of that. But some of the advice I just can't take, and I know sometimes you guys are more worried about me than I am, which is the cutest thing in the world, and I absolutely adore that, and I love that. I love that for everybody involved. But it's going to be fine, guys. It really is. It's going to be fine. We're going to be fine. The Kickstarter is going to fund. This is our first one, for the company as a brand new company, because I'm starting from scratch, guys. Like, I'm not Boom Studios. I'm not Zenoscope. I'm not Top Cow. I'm not these, long running, huge fan base, all that. I'm just not. I'm just Ray Anthony Height. I've had a career in comics. I'm really good at what I do. And I believe in everything that I do. And that's all that I have. I have great friends. I have a great support system, my family, my wife, Shayla. I have all of that. And that's really all I need that's the seed for which I'm going to grow a giant redwood, the tree of life. Right. So, this is something that I know in my heart it's going to be totally fine. And people are going to, they're going to be out there and come like, what is it? By 4 p.m. today, Pacific time, we'll be in literally the last 7 days. So, I know people are going to be out there and they're going to rock it. They're going to come through for me as they always have. I'm one of the few people. And when I say this, I know it is with great privilege that every Kickstarter that either I have collaborated on, like the Defiant Kickstarter, like, what is it? Epiphany Engine, currently running the Evil Knievel Kickstarter. I can go on and on and on. All of these Kickstarters have not only funded, but have overfunded. And it is not, and they're just great. I've never been a part of a Kickstarter that failed. I just haven't. I'm not saying that there's not a first time for everything, but that is a privilege. And I am grateful for that. But I also know the worth of my comic. I also know Gavin's story is one that people have been resonating with. I mean, we sell out. We've repeatedly sold out at shows for Midnight Tiger Origins, and people are always asking when the next one's coming. Well, this is it. This is the next one. This is the one that's coming. And it's here. And after this, we're going to be doing, another one, which will have a smaller goal of $2,500, which is A Sincere American Nightmare with Jamal Anansi, Marcus Newsom's Lightning Strike. And that one is going to be dropping in November. Again, smaller goal, like $2,500, because all of us are creators and we're doing this out of the love of Compton, because we're all from Compton. So we're going to do that. And that probably will overfund because the goal is actually so modest. And I know that's going to be great because we had a lot of buzz for it already. We have other books coming out in 2026. We're just going to keep going, and we're going to keep making comics, and we're going to keep looking for fans. We're going to be looking for fans. We're going to be looking for readers. That's what we do, because comics are there to tell stories, and we have a lot of stories to tell. like a lot. Some good ones. This is our flagship book, and it's an ongoing. Uh, it's an ongoing series. Our plan is to get at least 3 or 4 issues out a year. Next year we're probably going to do two books. So, issue 2 and issue 3. And then we also, it's not our first rodeo. Technically, our first published book as a publisher was WTF Mama. And this one has been selling pretty crazy at the show. It's 108 pages. Let's see. We got an ad for the Comic Den. Again, we got supporters. Joseph Woods, who is amazing, who's, kind of a rock star, comic book store owner. He is a big supporter of ours. And, this book is pretty great. Like, the quality of the book is also pretty insane, and this is going to be everything that we do. We had a recent meeting at Studio Skye-Tiger Comics, and our books going forward will be in black, white, and tone, with an option for our, in our stretch goals for color, because we're trying to get the story. And Greg Anderson Elize has just, he posted his books for his book Hammer, which is, again, it's in black, white, and gray. It looks amazing. First of all, the concept is fantastic. Shout out to Greg. And, that's one thing that I think we're missing. I know the American market sometimes is afraid to do black and white comics. We used to. The Turtles started that way. Cerebus was that way. The Crow was that way. Bone, which is, one of the highest, if not the highest selling graphic novel of all time, is originally in black and white. So our black and white format will start, because even in this one, which makes this book even more exclusive, is that Midnight Tiger EVO #1 will have 2 versions. It will be colored, because you guys are paying for the colored book, but we will also have the black and white version of this book. So, anybody that's doing the Kickstarter, that's joining it, that's exactly, you guys are getting the full color version of this. But yeah, I think that's one of the other things that I want to say, is that the launch of this book, the comic, the Midnight Tiger story, for people who have followed it, for people who are interested in it, I would say, if I was to quantify the amount of fans that Gavin has, will probably be anywhere between 200 and maybe 400, core fans. And which is what I know. I'm sure there are other people, but I'm pretty solid in saying that that's the core fan base. And so the other thing is my target audience. My target audience is people who like anime and manga. My target audience is, they like kind of like the quirky superhero thing where it's kids. It's not, they're having fun. It's a fun comic with a few serious undertones in it, but we're trying to enjoy storytelling at its finest. Have a good time. With all that's going on in the world right now, we need a little outlet. And comic books have historically done very well in times of strife in the world, because people are looking for an outlet. I mean, just look at manga. Manga right now is still booming. It's outselling American comics right now, because people, and there's no color. They have great covers and all that, but there's no color, and you get the whole story, because they care about the characters. Like, the characters are everything. You craft a great character, and people will follow that character for 30, 40 years easily, if not more. And that's what we're doing here at Studio Skye-Tiger Comics. Midnight Tiger is known as the flagship book. It is definitely the person that is waving the banner the highest and the longest. So I'm probably going to cut this short. It's been about 20 minutes, but I just wanted to say everything's going to be fine. We're going to fund. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Keep, letting the word out. Like, if we can reach as many people as we can, it's going to be great. And in the off chance, as things happen, because it's a gamble to do any type of crowdfunding, it is a gamble and there's no guarantees. But in the off chance that we do not make our goal, it's going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. And we'll figure out a way to get the book done, because the book is going to get done. It's going to be in the hands of anybody who wants it, anybody who's interested. And you're going to love it. Like, you guys are just going to love this character. You're going to love the story. The people who already know. And they come to the table all the time. And I love them for it. And they're so invested in it. And I'm looking to give them even more from issue 2 to issue 200. So I will see you guys. And thank you. Thank you just for supporting me, supporting the Kickstarter. And we got this. We really do, guys. We got this. Thank you.